The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's time for the Chieftains. On your new home for Tonganoxie High School athletics, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, S&S Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Good evening and welcome to Tonganoxie High School. John Roshkov alongside Dylan Funk bringing you a Tuesday edition of Chieftains basketball. In true 2020 style, tonight's doubleheader became a single game, and the JV match that was supposed to happen before this also kind of went by the wayside as Turner's boys, Turner High School's boys are in quarantine, so we're going to be bringing you a matchup between the Turner Golden Bears and your Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains. Again, it's one of those things that I chalk us up to be incredibly fortunate that it took us this long to actually lose a game to COVID.
Right, I know. It's been crazy to think this whole kind of academic, season all through fall sports to now. It's just truly the first time we've lost a game, and we're here a week over before Christmas, so it's been incredible, a good part. Just excited we have basketball tonight, John.
Absolutely. You can see on the clock we're about 20 minutes away from the opening possession. Again, one of the other things that you've noticed, the opening tap goes away from we've gone away from having an opening tap this year, and trying to mitigate as much of the contact between players as possible. The visitors will, as we go through the rest of the season, the visitors will have the opening possession, and we'll just alternate on that. Again, not as much a strategic advantage in basketball as in some other sports, but so it's a little bit easier for that to happen for this sport. We're super excited just to be here, and we're gonna take a quick break. We'll come back, take a look at how both of these teams got here tonight. Right after this, you're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at White Birch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at White Birch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by White Birch Properties Realty Executives. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house. Their team is ready to lead you to success in the real estate game. Make sure you visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-915-0451. All right, so we've got a matchup of a couple teams headed in very different directions. Last time the Lady Chieftains were on our air, they handed Atchison a stout 62-31 loss. We had kind of a running clock throughout the entirety of the fourth quarter as, Reagan Seba, Morgan Bruceman, and Brianna Pollard all finished in double digits in that game. And again, just a great night. First of all, Morgan Bruceman. I'm looking at field goal attempt. Never mind. Morgan Bruceman finished in double figures there. Morgan and Brianna Pollard. Morgan finished with 20 points on the night, and Brianna Pollard was two rebounds shy of a double-double, 11 points and 8 rebounds. Chieftains finished the night shooting 397. Again, solid outing. So again, after kind of slacking off a little bit after the 4:32 start in the first half. Chieftains basically just had their way with Atchison.
Yeah.
On the flip side, we're looking at a Turner team that has, to be honest, struggled recently. They've had a little bit of trouble finding players over the past several years. Coming off of a rather rough loss to Eudora, 64-6 last week. So again, we'll see if they, how much they are able to shake off that, that really ugly. Because you never want to lose a game, but to lose something like that is.
Yeah, and that does something to your kind of competitive spirit down low.
Yeah.
It really kind of puts a dent in it, and for sure that next game after that, you really just want to go out and try to put that. Behind you as much as you can. I'm 64-6 loss. That might be a little tough one to put behind, but definitely Turner looking to take a step in the right direction tonight against the Lady Chieftains.
And obviously one of the things we kind of lack here at the high school level is, there's not a lot of, there weren't stats. So again, we don't know if they were just missing a good portion of their roster or what. So again, hopefully we'll see what happens tonight. We'll just see the Lady Chieftains coming back on the court to warm up. Coach Loomis' squad looking to move to 2 wins on the year. We're going to be back for keys to the game and starting lineups right after this. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
Welcome back. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, and at Kansas Insurance you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. And one of the things I want to touch on real quick before we kind of dive into the keys of the game. Without the support from our sponsors, none of this would be possible. We're super excited to be able to bring these broadcasts to you home and away free of charge. Tonganoxie Sports Live, we send the crew to all contests home and away, and again, thanks to our sponsors there, we are able to bring these broadcasts to you in the comfort of your home, or if we've got anybody out in the watching in the parking lot, we'd appreciate a shout out there. If you want to kind of show your support, you can always go to www.tonganoxiesportslive.com/donate. You can make a contribution there. You can big thanks to our sponsors and all of our fans, coaches, and administrators, and particularly our student athletes as they compete and keep things as normal as we can make them in the era of COVID. And you'll make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and never miss a broadcast by clicking the subscribe button at youtube.com/Tonganoxie Sports Live. All right, as we see the Lady Chieftains kind of warming up here, a lot of the keys to the game for Lady Chieftains is the one thing we saw a lot of at Atchison And when they started to kind of have that comeback against Lewisburg, ball movement. You're making sure that they get the ball movement, keep it crisp, keep it moving. When they're dribbling and driving, kind of keep control of the ball. Make sure that, let the ball do the work on the passes. You don't have to always force everything. Another thing that's going to be a big key is continuing their hot shooting. Against Atchison, they started, the first quarter they finished 8 for 20 and just stepped that pace up in the second quarter, hitting 3 for 6. 2 for 9 in the half from the 3-point range. But, again, the big note there is the 4 or 6 from the line. And you got to have those, got to keep the got to keep the shooting mentality up. But then if you miss, kind of shake it off and it off. And then kind of the last thing that big takeaway from last week, looking at second chance points. Tonganoxie outscored Atchison 18-3 off the offensive glass.
Yeah, I mean, down low in the paint, the Lady Chiefs were just dominating all night long last week against Atchison. We talked about whoever it was down there, Morgan Bruceman, Ashton Barnes, whoever it was, down low, getting it done in the paint, getting the rebounds, getting the fast break opportunity for the Chieftains, also creating points for ladies like we talked about. We had Brianna Pollard was able to get a couple shots in. We had Reagan Zeba getting in on it. Emma Sunderland getting in on the action as well. And we also kind of talked a little bit about before, the shooting and stuff, keep that hot streak going. That was just all part of confidence as well, because as the game went on, and a reminder, that was the second game of the year too. So that game against Lewisburg, we can kind of say, there was a little bit of jitters, kind of get the flow of everything down. Had a great game their second game, third game of the season now. I look for him to come out strong, get that confidence flowing early, get that ball movement going, work down in the paint, and just walk out with another W.
Again, touched on the offensive, the second chance points. Chieftains held a 16-9 edge on the offensive glass, but, again, making the most of it. Atchison was only able to score 3 points on the second chance, off of 9 offensive rebounds. That's, not a good pace if you're wanting to win, but then Chieftains able to basically average a point a bucket, or a point a board on that, which is, solid performance.
That's very, very incredible.
We're going to take another break, and we'll be back for the starting lineups. Right after this, you're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Community-minded, community-strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small-town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptssolutionsks.com.
And welcome back to Tonganoxie, Kansas. John Rochelle alongside Dylan Funk bringing you Lady Chieftains basketball tonight. Again, as we touched on in the pregame, for those of you joining us late, you probably remember us mentioning last week that tonight's contest is scheduled to be a doubleheader. Scheduled to have a JV contest beforehand. Obviously, in true 2020 style, that we kind of threw that out the window. As the Turner boys basketball team was unfortunately in quarantine and had to bow out of tonight. And obviously, not enough time to find a second opponent to come in on such short notice. And it's also really tough with the kind of trying to minimize the spread. A lot of times you'll see a potential for a mixed doubleheader where the girls squad plays one team, the boys plays another. In the time of COVID, probably not the safest bet. No. So again, we're gonna You know,
it's just such a unique season as we talk about. You know, playing through the pandemic is way easier said than done for these administrations. Believe us. And I just got to thank John from being a current student athlete here, especially here at Tonganoxie. You know, it's kind of one thing in football, right? You know, when you kind of spend the week preparing for a team, and then like if they come down and say, you know, we can't find an opponent, you just kind of got to move on to next week or whatever. It's kind of hard. I got to imagine the same, you know, for basketball, because obviously you got to be studying up on whoever team you're supposed to play. You know, like the Tonganoxie boys getting ready for a game coming off of last Friday against Shawnee Heights. They were thinking, all right, we're coming in next Tuesday night at home again, playing Turner, getting prepared, and all of a sudden just kind of being, you know, axed off here within the past, 24 hours or so, whenever you sent me that, that email. I mean,
right about 24 hours ago, we found out, you know, got an email from Cody Witt saying, oh, yeah, by the way, tomorrow's game is going to be a single game at 6, and so.
Yeah, it's just a lot of change. It's a lot of change. It's very fluid. You just kind of – the team that's going to succeed the most this season are those teams that are able to adapt and overcome as they just go along. So whether, you know, if you get a game canceled and then like the next week you got to fit in an extra game in the schedule, all right, that's just kind of where that mental toughness and conditioning of a team is really going to come in. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this winter sports season folds out, especially for boys and girls basketball.
Absolutely. You know, again, as we touched on, this is the first game that Tonganoxie has really lost due to COVID. You know, obviously, you know, football, we had some rescheduled contests. We had 3 Saturday specials for you due to COVID. We obviously had the contest against Piper was pushed back a day due to some exposures and waiting for some negative test results. And then I can't remember whoever played the next week is Bonner. We were originally supposed to play Bonner Springs and
Southern Boone.
So yeah, Southern Boone
that week
and
Missouri. Yeah.
And again, we had a couple of games that were rescheduled and pushed, but you know, again, not an actual loss of a game. And you know, this one again, it's amazing that we've gone almost to the holiday break for winter sports before suffering that loss. And you know, again,
and hopefully we can have that same fortune coming out towards the new year. I mean, 2020 has sucked enough. I hope 2021 is a little more nicer and more generous to us, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see. You know, one of the memes I've seen is you know, somebody really excited to tear that December 31st date off of their calendar, one of those daily calendars, and then they rip it off and it says December 32nd, 2020. Knock it on wood here. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but again, we're excited to be here. We're excited to bring you all the action. We do our best to keep you entertained and keep you up to date on all of this. Again, you know, KSHSAA kind of relaxing their stance a little bit and allowing a couple of fans. So again, tonight's attendance definitely not. We're definitely not pushing that two per participant, but again, definitely it is nice to have a few additional folks in the stands, you know, across the way from us, so we're not talking to an empty stadium and echoing and all that. So,
and it's so great for the athletes too, because I mean, it's got to be so surreal for them before this, you know, playing in an empty gym. You know, whenever you score that big bucket, you're used to the roar of the crowd or whatever, and it's just like silence. You just kind of hear your bench, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's nice for them too to get some natural noise and their families in here to come watching their game, their friends, whoever it may be. You know, it's great that Keisha was able to kind of work that out.
Absolutely. Again, you know, you hear our broadcast. We try to give as much energy to the squad as we can, but you know, again, we're no match for a full rockin' gym, and cannot wait till we get back to that normal. Hopefully next year.
Right.
We're gonna take one last break, and we'll come back for the starting lineups from our PA announcer right after this. You're watching Lady Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Midwest Chiropractic offers a friendly and caring environment with the most comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haug at Midwest Chiropractic Center care about your health, and their approach to care proves it. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie High School. John Roshko alongside Dylan Funk. Getting ready for the starting lineups. We're going to turn over to the PA announcer for that. We'll be right back with you after that. A few last-minute instructions, discussions from the referee.
Welcome to Tonganoxie High School, the home of the Chieftains. We welcome our guests from Turner High School, the Kansas State High School Activities Association, and Tonganoxie High School encourage you to make good sportsmanship a priority at all times. Winning is for a day, sportsmanship is for a lifetime. We invite you to remain in your seats at halftime of tonight's game for a performance from the Tonganoxie Stars Dance Team. At this time, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, and help us honor America and those who serve it during the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For Turner, number 4, a junior, Jasmine Ramirez. Number 11, a freshman, Jake Anna. Number 21, a sophomore, Arlene Carrillo. Number 23, a sophomore, Damaris Diego. And number 25, a sophomore, Paige Flanders. For your Tonganoxie Chieftains, number 5, 5'6" junior, Emma Seymour. Number 13, a 5'4" freshman, Macy Lynn. Number 14, 5'10" senior, Ashton Barr. Number 20, 5'5" junior, Reagan Seba. And number 24, 5'6" junior, Cheyenne Aaron. Head coaches for tonight's game, for Turner, Troy Blakeham, and for Tonganoxie, Rich Loomis. Officials for this evening's game are Ralph Wilcott, Thomas Scott, and Alex Rottinghouse.
All right, folks, yeah, you heard the starting lineups there. Chieftains going the same way they started both of the first two games of the season. Sunderland, Brucevin, Barnes, Seba, and Aaron. For the Golden Bears, Jasmine Ramirez, Jaden Hanna, Arlene Carrillo, Damaris Nieto, and Paige Flanders going to be starting 5 there. Looking around, I hear the pep band, but I know obviously that's coming from a recording, but again, it's nice.
Yeah, just like you talked about, just kind of those little nice touches here and there to try to keep this as normal as possible, which again, easier said than done in these times, but
Absolutely.
Nevertheless, A for effort.
Absolutely. We talked about the Golden Bears have the opening possession, and we are underway here as Ramirez brings it across the timeline. Pressured and tie up quick as Cheyenne Aaron forces a turnover there.
Yeah, talk about aggressive defense right off the bat. Cheyenne Aaron almost coming away with the steal. Nevertheless, possession arrow favoring the Lady Chieftains.
We will go down as a swipe for the senior. Sunderland down low to Bruceman off the underside of the backboard. Covers. Draws contact on the drive. Foul's going to be whistled against Paige Flanders, her first. Sunderland inbounds to Barnes. Barnes drives, kicks out to Seba. Good for 3.
All right, just like we've seen a couple times this season, Lady Chieftains coming out early with the full court press.
So Seba and
got her trapped here.
Yep, got it. Forces the turnover there, and
oh no!
Unfortunately, Sunderland, after picking up the steal there, we're going to have a quick timeout call by Coach Troy Claycamp for the Turner Golden Bears. We're going to stay here with them. It's 30-second timeout. Great work there by Cheyenne Aaron and Reagan Seba, picking up, forcing that double team and forcing the really awkward pass, and good awareness from Sunderland to just be there and see the pass, see the lane, and break in and swipe it. Just unfortunately, we're not able to convert on that. And
that's something we've seen the Lady Chieftains be able to do a couple times, this season so early on, kind of bringing that full court press early and able to not just bring the pressure, but take the ball away as well.
Inbounds again, Chieftains with the press and forces another turnover there as Reagan Seba picks it off and drives for the lane.
At this rate, the Golden Bears might have a hard time crossing the half-court line here, so we almost have another steal.
Barnes not able to corral it as she heads for the sideline. Inbounds to Carrillo. Loses control and comes over and back.
Yeah, already here, we're not even outside 2 minutes of the game, and the Lady Chieftains defense already with a couple steals.
Seba puts the ball on the floor, and Cheyenne Aaron gets whistled for the illegal screen there. Her first foul of the half. First foul of the contest. Chieftains first on the half. Carrillo dribbles into the triple team and pass against Seba right on the spot. Sunderland's layup off the mark and bounces off of a Turner Golden Bear and out.
Kind of the one thing I guess that's been fortunate so far for Turner so far with all the turnovers they have hasn't resulted in too many points yet for the Lady Chieftains, so at least they got kind of that going for them.
Barnes finds Bruceman
again
and rolls off the front iron.
Now, just when we were talking about how dominant she was here at Atchison, already a couple of easy bunnies missed. Not just on her part, but the Lady Chieftains. I didn't mean to single her out there.
Yep. Ramirez
almost another
passes it over to Hannah, and Cheyenne Aaron picks it off, and Seba finds Bruceman. Seba finds Barnes, her layup attempt no good. Brisbane right on the spot to clean up. And we're going to have another timeout here. Full timeout. We will take that with them. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance, local, independent, serving you.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie High School. John Roshkop alongside Dylan Funk. Chieftains out to an early 7-0 lead. Chieftains defense has forced several turnovers, but as you mentioned, Turner quite fortunate that the baskets have not been falling for the Lady Chieftains, as you've had a number of close calls and just uncourteous bounces, and you saw one rolling right along the front edge of the iron, and it just finally tipped out. But we'll see how the rest of the evening goes. Flanders back to Hannah. Hannah is able to bring across the timeline for the Golden Bears. Sunderland with the pick, the drive, and the easy layup on the break.
Yeah, for Coach Claycamp, Turner, if he had any much hair on his head, he'd be ripping it all out right now. It's just an absolute frustrating start here for Turner. Just haven't been able to get out of their own way.
Yeah, just super unfortunate as Cotner checking in for Hannah for the Golden Bears. Carrillo with the ball, drives into the lane, puts up a shot off the back iron. Sunderland comes away with the rebound. Looks long, finds Seba in the transition. You can stay in the press. Not as aggressive as they've been throughout the first couple of minutes, but
if I were Coach Loomis, I'd keep that up. Keep doing it until they can stop. Woo, look at that.
Hannah with the turnover there. And Bruceman leaning in on the layup. And
nice.
Yeah, that one definitely goes back to the behind the legs save from Cheyenne Aaron, as she was able to, evoke visions of a long snapper.
Right.
And another turnover here. And it looks like we're going to have a full-on line change for the Lady Chieftains, as bench on his feet. Seba with the ball finds Aaron. Back to Seba. And
good find.
Seba splits the defense to find Bruceman in the paint.
I think Coach Loomis kind of calling off the dogs at this point, telling them, all right, come on, let's come back and start setting up a defense. What a way to start the game, though. A 15-0
run. That's Maybe one of the things we're not sure about. As Seba picks off the pass there, finds Sunderland for the break. Again, one of the things we weren't certain of, obviously, with the time of COVID and with no stats. Again, weren't sure whether the result at Eudora was a missing part of the roster or just a lack of depth, and obviously it's kind of bearing out the homer. And one of the things that it's based on where Turner's at, it's harder to find. They struggle to find players to fill out the roster. It's a smaller 4A school, in the heart of Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah. And I'm looking here at the roster, John. Over half of it is grades 9 and 10. These are freshmen and sophomores we're talking here on the varsity squad.
Yeah.
So, obviously, typically when you use the term rebuild, that's obviously within professional teams. But I can't think of any other word to really put it right now. It's just kind of a little bit of a rebuild time here in Turner, as just kind of having some hard times. But, you know, as we talked about, though, the experience on the varsity level is some of the best you can ever get. So
Carrillo brings ball across the timeline. Dribbles, picks up the tap, passes to Nieto. But Nieto not able to recover, and Kylie Rickard passes the ball into Brooklyn Lang. Back to Rickard. Swings it to Crowley. Back out to Rickard off the front iron for three, but Crowley comes away with the rebound. Lang hands off to Pollard. Pollard to Baldock, back out to Rickard.
good fake.
Oh, nice head fake, but the shot not a little bit off the mark. Lemus comes up with the rebound. Carrillo surveying her options. Entry pass just a little bit too tall for Nieto. Again, great, right idea, just a little bit too tall for Nieto as the sophomores are trying to connect.
And for Carrillo, the time was just ticking down on her. She just had to get rid of the ball immediately. But again, just sailed that one just a little bit too high.
Kicks out to Crowley. Back into Baldock. Crowley back into Baldock to Pollard, and Pollard draws contact. Foul's whistled on Stephanie Lemus, her first. Second team foul. And that's just taking advantage of the height mismatch as Crowley went up and over St. Louis arch style. Find Baldock for the lay in there. Rickard tries to get a pick off. Shot from Flanders goes long and bounced off the end line harmlessly. Jasmine Ramirez checking back in for Turner. Placing Casey Harden. Lang bringing the ball across the timeline for the Lady Chieftains. Baldock's layup off the mark, and looks like Rickard. Now Baldock's going to be whistled for the foul on the rebound attempt. Her first, second. Lemus across the timeline, picks up her dribble, kicks out to Ramirez. Ramirez able to hang on to it, but forced to tie up, and Turner will retain possession. You'll notice that all of the players and officials in tonight's contest are wearing masks. Again, as we talked about earlier this year, the Leavenworth County Health Department is judged the mitigation process. Baldock picks off the steal. We'll come back to that in just a minute. Baldock too long. Great recovery by Crowley to find it Pollard. Pollard dribble drive. And she's going to go to the line. Foul's whistled on Damaris Nieto, her first, third of the half for Turner. Again, talking about the mask wearing, it was ruled that if all players and participants are properly wearing their masks, even if a player develops a positive after the fact, the mitigation is sufficient, so they're not considered a close contact. They don't have to quarantine. Yep. Again, that's going to be helpful. It's nice to see a little bit better little bit better compliance with the mask wearing in this game than the game against Shawnee Heights. Against Shawnee Heights, we saw a lot of players on both sides with the mask kind of falling out above their nose. Yeah. And of course, as soon as I say that, Long's got her under her nose. But
and he also just got
nice shot by Ramirez there. Almost comes in and have contact as Crowley whistled for the foul. Christian Ramirez looking to inbound. And this ball was never officially touched. The inbounds will go back to the baseline. Lang brings it across the timeline, kicks out to Pollard. Her jumper off the mark. Lang comes with a rebound. Rickard to Crowley. Baldock with the putback on the missed three.
And there you go. You want to talk about how they dominated action in those second, third, or fourth chance points. Right there again as we're closing out. Early pull up. Well, now we can get a heave off.
And Crowley stepped on the line as she was collecting the pass. Again, Carrillo, I think, was, thinking she had a shot, just didn't quite have enough.
Yeah, there was 8 seconds on the clock, too. So, there was time for her to try to come and get the offense set up. But that's just that's a good way to cap off this first quarter.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance, local, independent, serving you.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie. John Rochable alongside Dylan Funk. Lady Chieftains go with their starting five to start the second quarter.
Oh.
Seba's layup just rattles in and out, but she's going to go to the line. Foul's whistled on Damaris Nieto, her second, fourth of the half. Free throw strong off the back iron. And second one off the back iron rattles out of the front, and Carrillo bringing the ball across the timeline for the Golden Bears. Head coach Clay Kemp calling out plays to his squad, and pass comes near side to Hannah. Her three-point attempt off the top of the backboard. Cover Chieftains forward. Aaron DeSeba finds Bruceman in the lane. Up a little strong off the glass, and Carrillo comes away with the rebound. Coach Slickham not liking what he saw there from his squad. Once a 30-second timeout to talk it over, we'll stay here with them.
Whew.
It's a Hua. Coach Loomis talking over with his squad, and Bears ready to trigger the ball in. As soon as the players get their jerseys officially tucked in. Inbound to Carrillo. She brings it across the timeline for Turner. Goes through a double team. Holds on to dribble. Pass to Nieto, not quite able to handle it, and Chieftains are on the break the opposite direction. Sunderland with the easy lay-in. Aaron finds her with the cross-court entry pass.
And now chalk this up to a 25-0 run for the Lady Chieftains.
Carrillo to Nieto. Hard hand Sunderland on the transition again. Third steal for Sunderland, and she can't get a handle on the ball and turns it back over to Turner. Casey Harden and Iona Cotner checking in for Turner. And Cotner, the lone senior on the Golden Bear roster.
You get another one? Another one.
Seba with the steal and the bucket.
I kind of feel like DJ Khaled over here with the steal. Another one. Another one. Another one. Wow. I mean,
Carrillo able to pick up the ball, passes it right side to Harden. Harden tries to draw the turnover, but gets around and hits off of Nieto's leg and out. Reagan Seba bringing the ball across the timeline for the Lady Chieftains. Season opening and takes it.
just like the coach drew it up. I mean, you can't get it much better than that. That's.
I think he was calling a play, but I'm, again, not sure that was it. But, again, when the defense parts like that, you just take advantage of it. And
yeah, don't ask questions. Just drive the ball and finish.
Cotner draws contact there as Aaron's whistled for the foul. Her second, fourth of the night. And Seba picks off the inbound pass in transition. Carrillo bringing the ball up court for Turner. And Sunderland gets her hand up to deflect the pass, finds Barnes, and Barnes can't get a handle on it as she kind of loses the side of it and is forced to put a couple hands on it. And
I mean, that's been kind of the one thing this half that the Lead Chieftains haven't really done well on is that when they get the turnovers, sometimes they just turn the ball right back over. That's probably one of the things that they really got to work on there.
Definitely going to be a coaching point for Coach Loomis at halftime. Tie up. I was going to say tie up. Possession arrow will stay with Turner.
The originally possession arrow said possession of Tongi with Coach Clay Camp.
Yeah, I think he's right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's right because.
I'd just give it to him. I mean,
And Bruceman not able to come away with it, and we're going to have another tie-up, and this time possession arrow will go in favor of the Lady Chieftains.
No, Coach, it is not your possession. That is so great to see. The head coach Turner, even though with this team down 33-0, still having a sense of humor out here. That's
Sunderland finds Bruceman. Her effort short. Lemus comes away with the rebound. Creo directing traffic. Tries for the handoff. Reagan Seba gets her hand in to disrupt it. Ramirez and Jones checking in for Turner. And Lady Chieftains will call a timeout here. 30-second. We'll stay here. 3:59 left in the first half. Lady Chieftains with a 33-0 lead. Again, stifling defense from the Lady Chieftains, but again, you never want to think that a 33-point lead is not enough, but, as Coach Loomis and the squad are watching the film for this, they're certainly going to kind of regret a number of the possessions that they had that resulted in, unforced errors, missed shots.
Yeah.
Some of the
and again, and it's not necessarily he's going to be frustrated because they're just greedy with points. I mean, obviously you can never have too many points in a game, but it's just kind of those simple fundamentals. Finishing.
It's just about it's execution.
Exactly.
Again, it's. Inbounds to Hannah. Prince Paul looking for her options. Tapped off a couple. Comes into the hands of Barnes. Barnes hands off to Seba. Seba will bring it across the timeline. Right side to Barnes.
Easy.
Barnes is on the drive. Her layup strong, but Bruceman right there to clean up. And Loomis ready to send a line change in, and Ramirez able to collect the loose ball and puts up a shot just off the mark. Ball bounces out of bounds for a team rebound for Tonganoxie. And Rickard, Lang, Baldock, Crowley, and Pollard to check in.
So, John, at what point of the game do you just tell the starters, all right, have the rest of the night off? Do you do it at halftime? Do you give them a little bit of time coming out at half? How would you approach?
I think we'll see them come out to start the third quarter for sure. Again, I'm not sure, further than that, but inbounds to Lang. She cuts back, and her effort's short, but Pollard comes away with the rebound. Baldock's triple team, but is able to get it and get out. Finds Crowley, kicks it cross court to Rickard. Rickard to Lang. Lang puts up a three off line just slightly, and Nieto able to come away with the rebound for Turner. Hannah drives. Nieto draws contact on her shot attempt. Emily Crowley whistled for the foul. Fifth of the half. Lady Chieftains. Damaris Nieto. First free throw up and good. Second free throw rattles around. Baldock comes away with it. Hands off to Rickard, brings the ball across the timeline. Right side to Crowley. Crowley drives, kicks out to Pollard. Pollard drives, kicks to Rickard. Rickard finds the seam, and Baldock puts the bucket in. See if she can add the exclamation point. Nieto's third foul of the night. Rickard cleans up, and the second chance attempt by Pollard off the mark. Grabs her own rebound. And Baldock's layup a little strong off the glass, and Turner will come away with it. Hannah bringing the ball up court. Finds Nieto. Nieto kicks out to Jones. Jones up top to Ramirez. And Ramirez, unfortunately, on the turnover there. Lang in transition. Stops. Draws the defender sliding by and puts up the layup. Entry pass picked off by Baldock, and Crowley finds Pollard in transition. Leave his hands off to Hannah. And Lang with another steal, but can't get a handle on it. She tries to stop the acceleration, and Coach Claycamp going to call a timeout. We will take that with him with 44.8 seconds left here in the first half.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at Whitebirch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
Back here at Tonganoxie High School, John Roshkop alongside Dylan Funk. Chieftains with a 41-1 lead over Turner.
Yes, you heard that right.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, it's even though the score is definitely a big gulf, I'm very impressed with this Turner squad. You know, again, a lot of teams would, you know, kind of be hanging their head and not really trying, but, you know, again, Coach Claycamp has done all the right things. You know, is getting his girls out there for the competition, finding teachable moments, and not kind of expecting too much from his team.
Yeah. And that's just a great coach there, too. They can turn any game, whether it's a blowout victory or a blowout loss, can turn it, make it valuable for these players.
Ball tapped out, but we'll stay with the Golden Bears. Hannah looking for the inbounds. And does the right thing with that. Not a chance to get a clean pass, but finds a way to retain possession and give the Golden Bears a little bit of room. Ramirez pass comes in to Lemus, but she was on the floor as soon as she lifted one of the legs. It was travel, so Lady Chieftains will take over. 22.2 seconds left. Rickard puts the ball on the floor, guarded by Hannah. Pass inside to Lang. Ramirez doing a great job to cut off the shot there. And take it to the half. We're going to head to the half with the Lady Chieftains on top 41-1. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Minded, community strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie High School. John Roshko alongside Dylan Funk. We'll get to watch the dance stylings of the Tonganoxie Stars. Unfortunately, again, as we've talked about, we are not able to bring you the music. We will assure you, though, that they are 100% on beat once they do start. And not a...
You know, it's going to eventually come. One of these times, you and I are going to have to go out there with our pom-poms, and we're going to have to put on a little show for our viewers back at home.
Now, it's funny you mentioned that. I have actually done that. One of the senior traditions at the high school that I went to was for homecoming, the senior guys for basketball homecoming. Obviously not the senior basketball players, but other seniors within the class did a pom-pom routine. Again, we actually worked it out into the show. It was every bit as amusing as you think it was because it was.
That's great. That's great. There's a similar tradition here too, kind of around as we start getting later in the season for basketball. Well, at least I don't know if they still do it. If any of my fellow Tonganoxie classmates are listening and want to know if they still do this or not, but we did kind of a similar thing. The Tonganoxie Stars would kind of pick a guy within their grade level, and they kind of have a little coordinated dance here too. It's just kind of one of those, funny gimmicks to have. It was pretty interesting. You got a couple guys out there, and we'd have a couple be doing cartwheels and backflips, kind of doing the oohs and ahs for the crowd. It was pretty unique. It was pretty fun.
Great work there from the dance team, the Tonganoxie Stars. Again,
all on beat.
Wish we could have, wish we could bring that to you, but we want to make sure that we continue to bring you the rest of tonight's game, and YouTube frowns on the copyright. So, again, neither Dylan nor I are good enough to sing Beyonce's Crazy right now, so we're not even going to do it.
I was a bass in the choir, John. I ain't got the pipes for it.
Yeah, no. I don't have the pace to do that, but anyway. And, not a lot to say at tonight's halftime show. Again, Chieftains with a handy 41-1 lead. The thing that I think Coach Luma's going to be talking to his team about at halftime is making sure to take care of the fundamentals. Again, we've seen a lot of things throughout tonight. Honestly, the score could be the Chieftains could have easily another 15 points
at least
from just missed layups, missed second chance opportunities that they handled well. A lot of kind of unforced turnovers as they forced turnovers from Turner, but then are a little bit instead as they're trying to drive in transition, instead of doing that, they kind of instead of thinking, I'm going to go and make that fast break, instead of hey, I'm going to protect the ball, let the things reset, and then kind of run a play. So we'll see if the Lady Chieftains come out with that with that change in the second half. And we'll take another quick break. You're watching Lady Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
So, what is love?
Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at Whitebirch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. Community-minded, community-strong. Community National Bank is a small-town bank with big-time capabilities. For a full range of banking services, visit Community National Bank at 231 North Main Street or online at communitynationalbank.net. Big thanks to all of our sponsors throughout the year as they help us bring Tonganoxie Sports Live coverage of Chieftains athletics to you free of charge. And if you enjoy our broadcast and would like to show your support, you can go to www.tonganoxiesportslive.com/donate and make a contribution. Again, big thanks to our sponsors, Community National Bank, Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives, Kansas Insurance, S&S Body Shop, Brothers Market, Midwest Chiropractic, Physical Therapy Solutions, Wizard of Paws, and First State Bank and Trust for all of their support throughout the season as we continue to bring you Chieftains athletics throughout the year. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Twitter for updates and never miss a notification of one of our broadcasts by subscribing to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Tonganoxie Sports Live. Lady Chieftains back out on the court warming up, and Turner is still in the locker room talking over things again. 41-1, definitely not a great score line, but as we said at the beginning of the break, all credit to the Golden Bears for keeping their head up, keeping in tonight's contest. We haven't seen anybody's head hanging low, and it's it's really tough when you've got a young team and they're without they don't have a lot of depth on their roster. Again, the squad that Turner traveled with is their varsity squad. There's no JV, no freshman team. Tonganoxie obviously carrying a full complement of all three squads, and the 10 young women for Turner. Again, they are amazing representatives for their school, and they should definitely be proud of whatever they do. And again, Coach Troy Clank has been we've been watching him on the sidelines, and he's been doing everything he can to stay positive and always find a way to help his student athletes grow and get continue to get better and improve. And be interesting to see how they turn out over the next few years. Again, obviously, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Here they go.
8 of the 10 Turner players are underclassmen. The only 2 upperclassmen are number 4, Jasmine Ramirez, and number 5, Iona Kottner. And so, again, we'll see how Turner is able to improve over the next couple of years. And as they make it back out on the court, we are set for second half. Inbound to Carrillo. She puts the ball on the floor. Sunderland guarding her. Passes to Ramirez. Ramirez dribbles in traffic and hands off to Carrillo. Carrillo drives baseline, looks up top for Ramirez. Entry pass picked off by Sunderland. Pass near side to Seba. Brings it across the timeline. Seba directing traffic, hands off to Sunderland. Sunderland to Aaron. Puts up a three-pointer off the front iron. Reagan Seba comes with rebound, but and the unforced error there, passing it directly to Jaden Hanna. And she's going to draw contact on the drive. Fouled whistle on number 24, Cheyenne Aaron, her third, first of the half for the Lady Chieftains. Hanna will go to the line.
What?
We have a lane violation there. Presumably so. So we see a single free throw there. Have to go back and watch the replay on that one because Bruceman drives and turnaround layup is in, and Carrillo brings the ball across the timeline for Turner. Finds Nieto, back to Carrillo. Her shot a little offline off the glass. Bruceman to Seba. Right side to Barnes. Barnes puts it up for three. Off the back iron and out. Nieto with the rebound. Hands off to Carrillo. Carrillo brings it into the front court. Looking for options. Picked off by Bruceman. She pulls up and hands back to Seba. Dribbles in, layup attempt short. Bruceman on the rebound. Her shot goes up and straight back down into her hands, and her pass trying to find Ashton Barnes on the left side. Gets tipped and out of bounds for Lady Chieftains. Aaron inbounds to Seba, kicks right side to Barnes. Barnes puts the ball on the ground, kicks out to Aaron. Aaron puts it up for three. A little short off the front iron, but recovered by Bruceman. Kicked around to Seba. Off the mark, she comes away with the rebound. Nice pass to Bruceman, but her shot not on the mark there. And as we talked about in the halftime break, you know, the Chieftains are finding lots of options, but just are not hitting the mark tonight.
And again, that just kind of goes back to that execution. You got to be able to execute on those plays. You got to run that down. Yeah.
Carrillo, well, not really tapped away, so Barnes able to chase it down, and Bruceman converts the bucket.
Yeah, just good hustle there by Barnes, getting it down, eventually leading to the easy bucket down below for Bruceman.
You can tell you Ramirez not really chasing after because it was a turnover. She was kind of hoping the ball would run out of play, but Carrillo puts it up for three. Short. Aaron brings the ball across the timeline as the Lady Chieftains Set for a line change here, and
it's fine.
Seba drives, double team collapses on her. She kicks it to Brusen for the easy bucket. Lady Chieftains lead 47-2. Nieto not able to come away with it, and Coach Loomis will take a full timeout to get his substitutes into the game. We'll go ahead and take that timeout with him. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie High School. And Chieftains call a timeout and run a line change as Rickard, Baldock, Crowley, Pollard, and Lang take over. Baldock gets triple teamed and turns the ball over. Teeter-totter across the timeline, but Turner keeps possession.
Sounds like a game of pinball.
So, yeah, the
good drive there.
Lemus on the drive, draws contact. She's going to go to line shooting two.
I know
Baldock whistle for her second foul.
And I know from our vantage point compared to the referee's vantage point there, obviously the refs have the better view, but I got to tell you, John, from up here, that looks pretty clean on that block.
And both of Lemus's efforts off the mark, and Crowley comes with rebound. Rickard finds Pollard on the break. Easy bucket for the sophomore. And the second time, obviously a little bit of a tap. The first time kind of reset that, but the second time, ball handling error called on Ella Jones. Lang brings the ball across the timeline, and Rickard was on the sideline talking to Coach Loomis and didn't see the rocket coming at her and hit off a Rickard off of the official and out of bounds.
Wouldn't it just been something if it would have hit Coach Loomis instead?
I'd have felt really bad for Coach Loomis on that one. Harden brings the ball across the timeline, but picked off by Pollard. Her entry pass batted back to her and layup a little strong and comes away. And Baldock not able to keep a handle on it. And a brief stoppage there as Crowley was tying her shoe, but back play now. Ball fired to Jones. And again, Jones inbound comes to Lang. Lang tries to drive through the double team and dribbles the ball off of the foot of Lemus, and Turner comes away with it. Lemus puts up a shot, and it's short and a little offline, but and that's the end of the third quarter. Chieftains lead 49-2. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent.
We were back a little bit late. Things got underway quicker than we were expecting as the officials were ready to come back. Reagan Seba whistled for the illegal screen. Her first, third of the half for the Lady Chieftains. Harden bringing the ball across the timeline for Turner. Double team, and her pass picked off by Sunderland. Sunderland drives and dribbles to the corner. Hand off to Bruceman, kicks back to Sunderland. Seba from the elbow, short. Lemus comes with the rebound, hands off to Kottner. Shot blocked there, but recovered by Turner, and Aaron brings the ball across, and hands off to Seba, who brings the ball across the timeline, kicks to Barnes. Barnes finds Bruceman on the backside for the easy bucket, and we're going to have a substitution timeout call here quick by.
And that should probably.
I was going to say that's a.
That
one of
should
those
be
things that the function. I obviously the starters came out just to officially start the quarter, and again the referees, since Tonganoxie only has full timeout left, they were going to obviously let Turner take advantage of the time to talk it over. At the college and professional level, the coaches have the ability to call a timeout and to advance the ball and get a substitute in. But obviously at the high school level, they want to give the opponents a little bit more time to kind of adjust. Ball inbounds to Harden. Walking ball up court. Double dribble whistled against Arlen Lujan. Record inbounds to Crowley. Crowley finds Lauren Bottery. And 3-second violation whistled against Monique Johnson.
Yeah, there's a fresh name coming off the bench there for the Lady Chieftains.
Johnson made an appearance in the contest against Atchison. Bottery and Macy Lynn making their first appearances varsity squad. Entry pass picked off temporarily by the Lady Chieftains, but Jones comes away with it, and
the double dribble
not 100% confident in her handles. Again, that's something that Coach Campbell definitely want to work on with her. But Again, when you're in a pressure situation like this in your second game, layup by Lynn, short, falls into the hands of Carrillo, brings it across the timeline, or correction, Lemus brings it across the timeline, puts up a three-pointer offline. Had the distance, but just off the mark there. Lynn's effort a little bit strong from the pass from Rickard, and the tie-up, it'll stay with Turner. Crowley and Rickard will head to the bench as Brooklyn Lang and Brianna Pollard check in. Harden passes to Lujan. Lujan's pressured. Her entry pass finds the hands of Kottner. Jones passes off to Lujan.
Oh.
A little bit of contact on the entry pass there, but it goes off the hands of Lemus and out. Pollard bringing the ball across the timeline for the Lady Chieftains. Drives, checks out top to Lang. Her three-pointer just a little short. Johnson comes away with the rebound. Kicks out the Bottery, and her effort off the mark, and the Lady Chieftains will recover the offensive rebound on the tie up there. We head towards 3 minutes left in the contest. We'll kick out to Johnson. Top to Lynn. Lynn drives, draws contact, and makes the layup. She's going to head to the line with three-point play. Second foul of the night whistled on Lemus. First of the half.
That's the shot.
I think everybody on the court, everybody at the front of the court was confused. We were like, I'm thankful for the referee on the near side, because I think if he wasn't there, they were going to try and shoot a second one. And pass picked off. Lujan finds Kottner. Macy Lynn's going to be whistled for the foul. Fourth of the half for Tonganoxie. Kottner set to inbound here for Turner. Finds Harden. Harden puts it on the floor. Picks up a dribble. Far side to Lemus. He was guarded by Pollard. Pass comes to Kottner, and inside to Jones, and
double dribble.
Take a pick there, double dribble or travel, as she established one pivot foot, then another, and Lang picks up a dribble, sends it right side to Lynn. Lynn drives, draws contact. Her layup too strong, and inbound rebound attempt tapped by Jones, and Turner will force the tie-up, and possessions, we head towards our final minute.
For Turner within this last minute, as we talked about earlier, still looking for their first field goal of the game.
Entry pass picked off by Lynn, and she's going to bring it across the timeline for Tonganoxie. Dribbles to the corner, and
down low.
Turner picks up the double team, and Lang finds an opening under the basket and lays it in. Harden bringing the ball across the timeline for Turner. Guarded by Lang. Pass off to Lujan. Move on to Cotner. Cotner on the drive. Her layup get a whistle. Macy Lynn's going to be called for the foul on that, and her second, fifth of the half. Cotner will go to the line shooting 2. .1 seconds left, and the free throw off the right side of the iron and out. And lane violation there by Lemus will turn the ball over to the Lady Chieftains, and I don't think they're going to be able to get an inbounds in before. Okay, they managed just that, but obviously no rush as Pollard just strolls up the court with it, and that's the end of tonight's contest. Lady Chieftains are now 56-2 winners over Turner. We'll be back with the SNS Body Shop postgame show right after this. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to SNS Body Shop in Tonganoxie. SNS has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at s&sautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at White Birch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at White Birch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
Welcome back to Tonganoxie High School. John Roshkolb alongside Dylan Funk. Again, not a whole lot to say about tonight's contest. Great work to the ladies from Turner High School. Obviously, coming in with a short roster and not seemingly a lot of experience, but great work from Coach Claycamp. Working with those ladies, staying positive. They kept after it the entire night. You never saw any heads hanging, which is, again, when you're on the end of a couple of lopsided losses to open your season, that's got to be disheartening. But
yeah, it definitely. We talked about it a lot of times through break. My hat's off. If I got to get, typically in football we get player of the game or whatever. Well, tonight I think you and I can agree. Let's make an exception. Coach of the game, Coach Claycamp.
Absolutely.
Definitely, with all the things that went wrong tonight would drive any coach just irate. I believe they would, snapping their whiteboard on the sidelines, pulling their hair out, whatever. But Coach Claycamp tonight, even though with all the things going on for his team, each and every one he was able to make some type of lesson out of it to his girls. And even though, at the end of the night they got blown out, only scored 2 points, not a single field goal on the night. Still at the end of the game, talking, very positive. So, all right, it's on to the next one. Let's just try to focus. And for that, that's just a great coach right there. Turner is very fortunate to have that guy, coaching for their school.
That's really what high school sports are all about. Again, once we get to the college level, wins and losses are definitely a little bit more important. But here it's about the sportsmanship and about working with your players. The outside that sports are an extension of the classroom, showing you how to kind of build skills for life. And he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
All right, we are going to be headed out. We're going to be back on the air Thursday night, hopefully with a doubleheader, knock on wood, as the Chieftains are set to host the Eudora Cardinals. Again, like I said, we're going to be on the air for the JV game before the girls varsity at 6. So the broadcast will start at 4:30. Again, there will be no commentary for that first game, but the second and third games, obviously the varsity doubleheaders, we will be back.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
crossed.
Whatever lucky charms you guys can send our way, we'd appreciate. And again, thanks for watching us. Big thanks to all of our sponsors that help us bring us Tonganoxie Sports Live free of charge. And for John Rosh, I'm John Roshko for Dylan Funk and the rest of the Harris Media Services crew. Wishing you a good night. Stay safe.
Take care.
You've been watching Tonganoxie High School Athletics on your new home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, SNS Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.